Alright, welcome back to the second episode of Beyblade Just Shoot, where I invite hosts like GMs and even players like yourself that are watching this video to come to my talk show, talk about some Beyblade, anything, everything Beyblade. That's why it's just Beyblade Just Shoot. So for today, I have two more guests. For the first guest, he is one of our GM, so he has been around since 2018. Okay, let me welcome Justin. Okay, clap.
Hello everyone. Hey.
Okay, so this is
What's up everyone?
a former GM, Justin. So he's my first guest for today. For the second guest, I'm pretty sure you guys won't be unfamiliar with. You have seen his face everywhere, every tournament, every big event. He is also known for being the head judge, also known as the head GM. After I left, I was the longest standing one. So he took over the throne, and now he's here together with us today to talk about Beyblade Episode 2. Let me welcome GM Ginseng Chusen. Okay, welcome. Both the guests are here already. So you guys want to do some quick introduction of yourself? We start off with Justin.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages and everything in between. Hi, I'm Justin. You may recognize me as a former GM. I've been playing Beyblade since 2009 back in the Meta Fight era, and I rejoined the Burst era in 2018, and I've been with Beyblades ever since.
Okay.
Not bad.
Right, so
I mean, you play longer than me, but
So-
play longer? How? Cannot.
okay, so next up we have GM Chusen to give a brief introduction about himself.
Hi guys, I'm Zisheng, known as the head judge. Okay, I've been playing Beyblade since the plastic generation. I skip Metal Fight, not because I don't understand Metal Fight at all. I'm so sorry. I should prefer the plastic hit plastic, that kind of feeling. That's why Burst came back with the Burst remix. I was in for the ride.
Okay, cool. So if you guys have noticed, right, we are actually wearing a very similar but different uniform. So you can see that actually from the previous episode, watch episode 1 if you haven't. Okay, so you can see that even though we are wearing black shirts, I'm wearing a slightly different one. So the one they are wearing is the one that was from the Burst generation itself. So they have the Game Master and the Beyblade Burst logo at the back. And however, for mine, I have also Game Master, but it is from the Metal Fight series, as you can see. So yeah, I'm a walking antique lah, basically.
Antique.
Gutong, you know.
I'm sitting in the middle of two antiques, honestly. but-
True.
Hey, you're more antique than me.
By age and by experience, I believe.
Definitely.
Okay, so now that they have given their brief introduction, let us move to the next segment, which is them giving their thoughts about the new generation Beyblade X. Okay, so we are back. Now we are gonna briefly let them have give them some time to talk about their first initial thoughts about the latest generation Beyblade X. So maybe we can start with Chusen. So what are your thoughts when the new generation was released and all the things you know up to so far?
It's going to be a very fun experience. There won't be much LED. There will be much more interaction with players, and they'll be very fast ending battles.
Quick, fast.
Yes,
Some more.
quick, fast.
Some more what?
Huh? Some more what? Still quick and fast. Then what do you want?
So no more LED. That's the main point. How about you, Justin?
For now.
Mm-hmm.
But coming in from the Burst era as a attack type player, I definitely welcome what Beyblade X brings to the table. No matter what type of Bey you decide to use, attack, balance, defense, stamina, you can guarantee, at least for now, that the battles are going to be quick and they're going to be explosive.
You use attack Beyblade?
Oh,
Really?
I absolutely love them.
Interesting.
I think some of the players from the previous generations may remember me for that. I wasn't very good at it, but I gotta say, it was definitely fun.
Mm-hmm.
Very good, very good.
And I'm looking forward to what other innovative things that Beyblade X can bring to us, especially once we look at the Beyblades for today. You will notice some very interesting new designs that they've been using for Beyblade X that really change how we look at the Beyblades, not only in how they are designed, but also the types that they are put into.
That's right. So as Justin mentioned, so today's topic will be a little different from episode 1, where we talk about Drum Sword, attack type, and also Hell Scythe, a balance type. So today we have, some of you have already guessed it, today's topic will be Wizard Arrow and Night Shield. Okay, so I'm pretty sure you guys have already heard and saw how these two Beyblades are like. So without further ado, let me bring them out onto the table. Bam!
Wow!
Bam! BX-03 Wizard Arrow, BX-04 Night Shield. Okay, so before we delve into all the technical terms and the information, right? So, what are your first thoughts about these two starters?
It is the starter.
It's clean.
Okay, yeah.
It is a Beyblade run by a girl or a guy, guy, don't know who. It is run by this game called Multi. So Multi is shown at the back. She used 2 different makeup or 2 different costumes to show that she used 2 different Beyblades. Therefore, she always had to change her dress whenever she used a different Beyblade.
Okay, so before we get into the box itself, so talking about it, Wizard Arrow, you want to talk about the types, the thoughts about the design, etc.
So you go first.
All right, thank you. So, thank you for inviting me to the episode revealing Night Shield. I think you've been hearing quite a lot about me raving about just how much I've been looking forward to the Night Shield. So I guess we can talk about that first. BX-04 Night Shield defense type. Once we look at the parts, we're gonna notice some very interesting things about it. But for now, just looking at the package, I absolutely love how this thing reminds me of some of the older defense type blades from back then. Like for Matter of Fact players, you might think Gravity Perseus when you look at this thing. I absolutely love this thing, and I'm looking forward to getting my hands on just opening it and seeing how the components come together.
Alright, so Susan, you can have the honor for talking about Wizard Arrow.
So Wizard Arrow is a stamina type Beyblade. As you can see, it resembles yellow. So orange has been always a stamina type tip for burst generation. So it's roughly like they kept the color consistency throughout each generation, from burst to X. So therefore, you can see it's yellow throughout the whole pack as well. Everything is yellow. That's a very interesting fact you would know.
We have done the talking for the box and the packaging itself. So now it's time for some hands-on. Let's get the hands-on with the blade itself. We have Wizard Arrow, Night Shield. Okay, so let's zoom in and let's talk about the Beyblade itself. Alright, so we are back with a different view. As you can know that this view, it means that we are talking about it up close. So first up, we will have Zhishen talking about our first Beyblade for today, the Wizard Arrow. Zhishen, over to you.
So for Wizard Arrow, it's a starter set. So there's a Beyblade. There's also a launcher, which is a whipcord launcher. So back then, we will show you the back of the box. The back of the box will show you the much of the character, and also each of the parts. One is by the blade, ratchet, and beat. So the numbers you can see over here are attack, defense, stamina, attack, defense, stamina, and the height, attack, defense, stamina, dash, which is how fast it runs around the extreme side, and the last part, which is the burst resistance. So for each, you can take a look. For attack, this is a stamina bay. It's a high stamina number here, 55. Yet you can see it's 480. 4 represents each of the 4 locations here, as shown in here. 80 stands for the height, which is 80 mm. B stands for ball, which is a ball tip, like most stamina Beyblades have. That's all. So to comparison is to the old Drum Sword have a dash of 35. As you can see here, 35. It means that he have a very more chance of getting extreme finish for other players.
So now we can see that the items from the box are out. You can see the contents of all the parts from the Wizard Arrow starter set. So GM Zhishen will once again talk about the contents itself. Jason, please.
So as starter set goes, we will have the ripcord, the the ripcord launcher, and the Beyblade parts, which is the blade, the ratchet, and the bit. The blade, as you can see, is a wizard in the front, followed by 2 arrows, therefore it's called wizard arrow. As you can go, next is the ratchet. The ratchet have a rough height of 80 mm. If you were to measure it, it's roughly 80 mm. As you can see, this is a ball tip. Ball tip. So it's more stamina type, favorite type. And you do look inside, there's a magnetic inside. It may reference something to the future generations coming to come. So now I'm going to show you the example of the Beyblade. So first, you take the ratchet first with the blade. Make sure that the white color will connect to this side. White color to this side. When you should push it in, it should have a sound, then you turn it as a click sound. You hear the click sound? Then now you can put the bead inside and another sound, another click sound. So you can see it's a free rotating at the bottom. So you can see it's rotating around. This arrow.
So next up, we have the Night Shield BX-04. So this one, I will leave it to Justin to give you guys an explanation on the Beyblade itself. Justin.
Thank you, Jeremy. So here we have Night Shield 380 Needle. So as all starter sets do, they come with a winder launcher as well as the blade itself. Over here, we can see the different parts. The blade is Night Shield. The ratchet is the 380. So it has 3 different contact points as well as the 80 height. And we have the needle bit. So you might be thinking, Night Shield is a defense bay. Why is it using needle? Well, we'll take a closer look at that later. But of course, on top, you can also see that there's a picture of the player, Nanairo, Multi, in their top hat costume. I can't really tell from this picture, but from the box earlier, we can also see a different outfit for Multi on the Wizard Arrow box. So this is a character with many different bays. If you have seen them from the anime or from the manga, and who knows, maybe they may have more bays coming in the future. Alright, so now we'll be taking a look at the individual parts for Night Shield. Starting off, we have the same Beyblade X winder launcher. It's the same launcher as the one we saw with Wizard Arrow earlier, so I won't delve too much into it, but I must say, I like how it feels. Moving on to Bay itself. I've been waiting to get my hands on this, so let's take a look. Starting on with the blade, we have the Night Shield. You can see that it's a very nice shade of green, almost looks like emerald. It has a knight's motif on the center. It has these different shield-like shapes on the side, probably why it's called Night Shield, right? Then on the back, we get more of that nice emerald, but something very interesting that some players may not have noticed, but this is a trick for people such as yourself who listen to the podcast. This bay doesn't have its weight distributed evenly. So if you look closely, right over here, you can see that this part of the layer has a little extra bit of metal that the other 2 sides don't have. So how players are gonna put that into use and maybe create some interesting combos that make good use of this unbalanced layer, I'm looking forward to it. Next up, we have the 380 ratchet. So very similar to what we saw with the drawn sword and the wizard arrow, or maybe it's like a combination of the 2. We have 3 different contact points as well as the 80 height. So being 3-sided, this lines up very nicely with the Night Shield blade, which is also 3-sided. Next, we have the needle bit. So players who come from previous generations may be thinking, don't shark tips usually come with the stamina base? Shouldn't a defense bay have a ball round kind of tip? Well, this is something that we'll get into in the test battle later, but I can say that this is something new that Beyblade X is trying out. So now in assembling the bay, it's very simple. We have the white points right over here, which we want to line up with these 2 empty slots over here. So there are 2 different ways to assemble the Night Shield, depending on where you want the contact points to line up with the layer. But that I will leave up to you to experiment. That's a very nice click sound. And here we have Night Shield 380 Needle.
Alright, so we are back. Now after all the talking, let's move on to the next segment where we get our hands on and battle it out with the two guests today. So, are you guys ready? Are you guys excited?
Let's go.
Okay, so first up, let's bring out the stadium. Okay, stadium is here. So now, as always, we have them to do the handshake. Okay, handshake first. Yes, sportsmanship very important. Remember your handshake. 要做 sportman 的 okay?
We very sportman one.
Sportman.
Okay, so after the handshake, then let's move on with the scissors, paper, stone so that they can decide who will take which position. Ready?
Scissors, paper, stone. Scissors,
Draw.
paper, stone.
Okay, so that we have Zhisheng as the winner. So I believe Zhisheng can choose to stay in his seat while Justin will have to move to the side. Okay, so let us put the stuff aside and let's go in to the up view. So now we are back with the feed from the top down view of the stadium. So can get the two guests to show their bay. So first up we have Zhisheng with wizard arrow.
Wizard arrow.
Okay, so next up we have Justin with night shield.
Knight shield.
Okay, so
Rata.
same stock combination. Okay, so first to 4 point wins as always. Right, let's get to it.
Remember, kids? Don't crack your launchers.
Don Grand.
Correct. So when you crack your launcher, you potentially spoil the teeth of the gear inside your launcher.
And mommy won't buy new one for you.
Okay.
Wait. Something very important to do.
Okay. So now over here we are demonstrating the signature GM Zhisheng's measurement.
Good. Measurement's good.
Okay, all's good. Approved by GM Zhisheng himself. Okay, and let us begin. 3, 2, 1, go shoot! Okay, so we have a foul launch now. Okay, let us get back to
Foul
it.
launch. Here, land go there. Foul launch.
Okay, wasn't expecting amateur mistake from a former GM, but okay, let's redo it. Okay, ready? No more foul launch, ah. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go shoot! Okay. Finish first. We have a knockout night shield right in the pocket. Earning Zhisheng 2 points.
Yeah.
I'll get my 2 points back. Don't worry about it.
Oh, on the previous episode, GM Yasin also said he will make a comeback, but he lose quite miserably. So maybe this time we shall see.
I want my extreme finish.
Okay.
I'll give it to you.
But I'll get the 3 points.
Ready? 3, 2, 1, go shoot! Okay, battling up. Indeed, we have a comeback from Night Shield.
That's the
Wizard
way.
Arrow got knocked out into the pocket, giving the point now 2-2. Okay,
It's a much more balanced fight than the last round. So,
correct. It's not so one-sided.
Yasin, take notes.
I need my points.
Okay, now the point is 2-2. Can anyone end the game with 4 points? Ready? 3, 2, 1, go shoot! Okay, both at the teeth now. Holding each other up.
Yes!
And we have an extreme finish by Wizard Arrow.
Ain't no way. What is this? Ain't no way.
Overkill, 5 points to Zhisheng. 5 points winning the first round.
Ain't no way. There's a mistake. What is this? Get my 2 points back. Don't worry about it.
Alright, so now we are back with round 2. But before that, we will get the two GMs to swap their Beyblades.
Come on, Sportman.
Very sportman. Don't worry.
Okay, very smart man indeed. Okay, so now Zhisheng is holding the Night Shield while Justin is holding the Wizard Arrow.
There's a mode change.
Early mode change at a time like this? Yo, Beyblade. What are you doing?
I want to align it, the 3 points to the heavy side to have more defense.
Yeah, you're gonna knock yourself out easier too.
No, I want the no extreme finish.
Okay,
We'll
so
see
what
about that.
Zisen did over there was a rotation of the ratchet and the bead. So now the points are having different weight distribution now. So this is more the technical side. So we will not dwell too much on it. So now, enough talking. Let's get to the battle of round 2.
Just shoot. Let's get my 4 points. Just shoot.
Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1, go shoot! Okay, now we have it. Right, riding the extreme belt. Okay, no knockout so far. Will be a stamina battle. Okay.
Come on. Let's go, Wizard.
Okay,
No. What is this?
Wizard Arrow put out a last fight but lost to Night Shield.
Yeah.
Zisen
Ain't no way.
getting 1 point.
Is this what they call a skill issue?
I got 1, 2, 3. Can I get 4?
No, you won't.
Okay, let's go. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go shoot!
There you go. Yeah.
We have a very clean knockout from Wizard Arrow. Justin gaining 2 points. Zisen 1 point.
Maybe Wizard Arrow's my new best friend.
Do not try this at home.
No, please play it more at home.
Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1, go shoot! Okay, first start. Oh, we have SKO. So Wizard Arrow actually went out on his own without hitting the criteria of landing inside the pocket nor escaping from the extreme height. So we will call that a relaunch.
We launch. No.
Okay, the point is still Justin 2, Zisen 1 point. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go shoot! Oh, we have a burst finish!
What is this?
Night Shield making a comeback with a burst finish. Now Zisen has 3 points, Justin having 2 points.
As they say, it's the player luck and the player skills.
Oh no.
In
Are
the
they trying to
past,
tell me?
all you need is a burst, but now all you need is an extreme finish.
I'll show it to you.
Ready? 3, 2, 1, go shoot!
There we go.
As Justin has mentioned, he has performed an extreme finish with his Wizard Arrow. So Justin coming back with 4 points and Zisen lost.
Sportmender.
There is the
Sportmender.
Right, welcome back after a fierce and intense battle from the two guests. So,
Sportmender.
Very
Sportman, solid game.
A simple mode change does anything better.
That's why sometimes it's good to overthink. On just sometimes, not every time.
Yeah, overthink.
If not, Beyblade just shoot. Okay, so after that, after all this battle, so what are your final thoughts about your Beyblades that you guys played with today?
You carry on first.
Alright, I would say although I had my chips in on Night Shield, it didn't perform that fantastic today. Could be a slight disadvantage. But I will say Wizard Arrow might just be my next pickup. Wizard Arrow looks like a very fun Beyblade. Something we noticed while we were testing this out actually. Wizard Arrow comes with a ball tip despite being a stamina type. And Night Shield comes with a needle despite being a defense type. Although this is not very traditional for Beyblades because the sharp tip goes on stamina, the round tips go on defense. But
Interesting.
we can see that the movements that they did in the stadium definitely portrayed their new types.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
Oh well. Let's put it in this way. I prefer both bays as well. I prefer more on the Wizard Arrow. Like I said, Wizard Arrow is still my favorite bay to use. As I tried Night Shield. Night Shield have its own it does let me down at times. But other than that, it still performed well against Wizard Arrow, who won twice against Night Shield.
Right. So now we can obviously say that there's a biased chow between the two of them, between Night Shield and Wizard Arrow. So if you guys are wondering which one will be the perfect blade for you, to be honest, there is no perfect blade for everyone. So everyone has different playing style. So there's no one size fit all Beyblade for everyone. So do get your hands on them. You can get them real soon. So as mentioned in the previous episode, I will do another shout out to the event. So upcoming event, the first ever Beyblade X event will be holding on October 30th at Funan Basement 2. It will be the very first Beyblade X event, and we will be launching exclusively the first wave of Beyblade X products. So that is the first day you can get your hands on them in Singapore officially, right? So island-wide, it will be released on the 1st of November. You can get your hands on them at all major departmental and toy stores. So do grab them fast. They might just sell off the shelf like hotcakes.
I know I'm gonna sweep them off the
gonna sweep
shelves
them
now.
Okay.
Now, if I can.
I don't
See?
think we can, but I want to.
I want to.
See, they are super excited about it, and I'm sure that you guys watching this video am too. So over here with me,
Wow, juicy.
the next product that we will be reviewing.
What is this mystery?
So if you guys are wondering what this is, stay tuned for the next episode. We will be talking about this exclusive Beyblade. Very, very juicy Beyblade. So we have come to the end of the episode. So it's the first time that they are on the screen. So let us just do a quick tagline for our Beyblade Just Shoot. Alright, shall we?
Let's do this.
Okay, so thank you for watching episode 2 of Beyblade Just Shoot. I'm Jeremy.
I'm Justin.
I'm Zisheng or Jiseng.
Okay, so you shoot,
I shoot.
Beyblade Just Shoot!